Hello, everyone. Happy full moon. Happy Wednesday. Happy everything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mm. Tonight I'm drinking a little bit of chamomile tea. It's fabulous for tonight. Mm. Tonight's full moon practice. I'm going to pull up my papers, my notes, as we all kind of settle in. I'm so glad you're here. So as you're coming in, as you're settling in for our full moon practice, go ahead and leave a hey or a wave or a heart. Um, oh, the sound isn't great, Rhonda. Thank you for telling me that. Let's see if I can fix that. Echo. Ooh. How about now? Is it better? Let's see. I'm going to keep talking. Oh, phew! Hallelujah. Thank you, my friends. I am using StreamYard and it picked the wrong mic. I have my mic on. I have camera mic and mic. So thank you for telling me that. Oh my gosh. Thank you. All right. Welcome to our full moon practice, my friends. As we get settled in, I have 2 blocks and a blanket for tonight's practice. You may want one, but you don't have to have them. This is going to be a fun practice. I am going to encourage you to let go of expectations, let go of those stories of, oh, I can't do that, or I shouldn't do that, or I don't know how to do that, because we are going to walk that edge tonight in our practice. It's going to be super fun. I will take a couple moments and let everyone get settled in, and then I'll start talking a little bit about our practice and what to expect, what's going on with this full moon. This is the pink full moon, and we might actually, no, we still have clouds. I was hopeful that we could see the full moon tonight. If you're here, just leave a comment, leave a wave. If you're on YouTube, you can leave a comment. I can see your comments. If you're on Facebook, leave a comment. I think with Facebook, you'll have to give permission to StreamYard to let me see your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. So, hey, glad you're all here. Let me know that you're practicing with me tonight. And as we get started, I want to share that in the next coming weeks, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be announcing some big surprises regarding more live practices, adding in new moon practices. So stay tuned. That is all coming down the pike. I just started my 40-day sadhana today, the spring sadhana. So I need to kind of get that settled in. And then I'm going to start to talk about next options and ways to start joining me for new moon practices and other practices. So stay tuned. Follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, anywhere you can find me. All right, let's start by talking a little bit about this pink full moon. Let me pull my notes up. If you are new here and you don't know me, welcome. My name is Chris Spatzner, and I am the creator and curator of the Awakened Yoga Collective. I am a Kundalini yogi, and I lead yoga and Kundalini through Central Michigan Kundalini. I travel around, I do workshops, I do retreats. I love to talk about Kundalini. So if you have a place that you think would love to hear me talk about it or learn a little bit about it, I teach Kundalini a little bit differently than traditionally. And so I also love full moon, new moon, all of that energetics kind of stuff too. So that is who I am. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you have found your way to me. And tonight we are here to celebrate the full moon, the pink full moon, which I'm going to talk about right now. So this full moon is the full moon in Libra, and the sun right now is in Aries. So we have Aries Libra duality. And to be perfectly honest, this is my life. I am a Libra. My family, my entire family are Aries. And so I get the duality of this. Libras are all about partnership and commonality and connection and togetherness. And Aries is more about the self. It is fiery. It is about action and listening to the self more than the greater and the group. That's a generality, but in general, the energies of Libra is about balance and connection and others. The energy of Aries is more directly focused on the self. So we have this duality in this energy right now. The moon is balancing and talking about connection and encouraging us to feel connected to others. And that sun in Aries is striving us to make changes come hell or high water, no matter what. And so tonight's practice is going to be a balance of both of those. And if you are in Goddess Camp with me, I'm doing a Goddess Camp right now, which is the most fun thing in the whole wide world. We are talking about all of this because this is about relationships. Tonight is about love and maintaining autonomy within relationships in order to foster and build a greater sense of love and respect. And so I love that we've been talking about this in Goddess Camp, and here we are in this full moon talking about it. The synchronicities are just abundant around us. So that's what we're about tonight. So this full moon is a healing full moon. It's about healing, it's about understanding, it's about love. And often with full moons, it is a time that we release. With new moons, we build and start new things. And so with this full moon being about healing and understanding, it is a time to kind of slow down. It's time to pay attention and to really feel the love. It's time to let go of anything in our way that is holding us back from feeling that expansiveness of love and really connecting at a deeper level with others and with ourselves. So when we start to slow down, when we start to pay more attention, we get to see what we need to let go of. We get to see what's standing in our way so that we can put it down, we can walk away from it and really absorb and accept that vast abundance of love that is all around us, from the universe, from ourselves, from our partner. And so tonight we'll focus on our heart. It's all about healing the heart. This full moon is focusing on healing our relationships, of healing love, healing our stories around love for ourselves as well as others. And that's important. That age old, you have to love yourself before you love someone else. Well, that is a lot of it. We are part of every relationship. And until we have an understanding of who we are and until we are able to accept ourselves, it's very difficult to have a deep, long-term, strong, loving relationship because things get in the way. And so this moon is about seeing some of that and about letting some of that go and moving through with our breath and our body into this new spaciousness of love. And when we do this discussion and we do this exploration with our partners, with ourselves, even tonight on the mat, we'll have a mantra that we'll use. Remember that our perceptions and stories create our reality. And so every one of us is creating our own reality based on our perceptions, our interpretations, and our stories. And that means that we really need to understand that our truth is not the truth, that our truth is one truth, and that someone over here has another truth that is truth as well. And we can learn to accept all of those and love everyone in their own way for their own uniqueness. And that gives us a space, a sense of autonomy within relationships. It's hard to do because we have that tendency of wanting to be right. We have the tendency of judging and categorizing and classifying and separating and segregating. And really, this practice and this full moon is asking us to put down that need to separate and classify and delineate and create hierarchy, and instead come together and really respect everyone in their own way and love everyone in their own way, including ourselves. So tonight in our practice, we are going to really connect with our body. We're going to connect with our breath. And we're really, really, really going to connect with our intuition and the freedom of our own will. So what this will mean, this is a little bit different practice than we've done before for our full moons. We're going to move through kind of an adapted sun salutation, I guess, for lack of a better description. And I'm doing this because it's somewhat of a familiar practice for those of us that do yoga. We're familiar with sun salutations. There's moves that hit the whole body. They're familiar, they're accessible. And so we're going to be using that as our framework, a familiar, comfortable framework in which to explore and step out of our comfort zone. So we'll do a few little things to warm up. We'll have some guided seated meditation before we begin. And then what we'll do is we'll move through this sunsal variation together a couple of times. And we'll talk about it. I'll share some stuff about it, why we're doing it this way, what this is doing, what this is meaning to us. And then after a couple of times, you get to take over. Ha! I know. I will still do it with you on my mat, but you get to become the creator. You get to decide how you move. You can do it the same way. You can change it up. You can do something completely different, but you will have an opportunity to explore on your mat in that safe zone and understand and see those little times where it's like, oh, I forgot how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter, right? This is just a practice on our mat for a time to experiment and experience being individual, so that when that opportunity comes up off of our mat, we're a little bit more sure of ourselves. Make sense? Okay, take one more sip of tea. Let's move to our mat. I'm going to scoot myself back a little bit, make my screen big. Like I said, if you are just joining me now, go ahead and grab a blanket and maybe a couple blocks. If you don't have blocks at home, books work really well. Water bottles work really well. So let's go ahead and settle in to our mat. Find a comfortable seated position with our eyes closed. Hands rest in our lap. Palms rest up to receive some of that beautiful energy from the universe, some love from our community and each other. Hi, Monica. I'm glad you're here. Palms down to feel a little bit more grounded. Maybe you are settling in from running for a while. I just led Kundalini right before this, and so I'm jazzing. I have a lot of energy right now. So you decide. Palms up, palms down. And soften the gaze or close the eyes. Find the breath. Notice what the body is saying to us tonight. What parts are we aware of? What thoughts do we have about our body? And then bring our awareness more to the breath and maybe even the beating of our heart. This moon is about love, about connection, about relationships. Bring ourselves into that space of our heart. And then we take our right hand on our heart and our left hand on our belly. Eyes can remain closed. And we breathe through the nose if that's accessible to us. So, our right hand is the energy of activation. So, we're activating that heart center, that heart brain, as we call it in Kundalini. We're activating our heart, our truth, that guide, that north compass. And the left hand is about receiving. And so we receive our intuition, that gut brain, that intuition, that knowing in our bones. So we activate our truth and we receive the intuition, the knowing, the guide. We just breathe into that space in our body. And our mantra for this evening, it's a long one, so I'll read it a couple times and you can get the gist of it and carry it on in your own words. I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities of love. I release anything that stands in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. Hands can remain on our heart and our belly, or we can release them, but I want us to stay here for just another minute. Breathing into that concept of releasing anything in our way and opening our heart to infinite possibility, to the infinite possibility of love. Breathe into that feeling of love, of connection, of understanding for ourselves and those we are in relationship with. Mm. Just a few more breaths right here. And then release our hands. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Gaze can lift to follow the thumbs. Exhale, hands together to the heart. Gently bow into ourselves. Again, inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale to the heart. Take a breath in and out. Beautiful. Let's make our way to all fours, hands and knees, as we come onto the mat. So maybe we put a blanket under our knees for extra padding. Wrists are underneath our shoulders. And we'll begin by taking that right foot out behind us. Press into the heel, stretch out the calf. Draw the belly up and in, press the earth away, and our left hand reaches forward. We can stay right here. Option to just move the arms, or maybe we go a little deeper by lifting that right leg, finding that spinal balance. So imagine that we're reaching outwards towards others, towards our connection. Exhale, knee and elbow towards each other. Draw everything to our core, to that gut. Inhale, reaching outward. Exhale, bringing it back to ourself. Couple more. Inhaling to expand outward, to reach and extend. Exhale to draw in and connect. And notice the balance between the two of these. What has to happen to find that steadiness in this movement? Last one. And then we release to all fours. Take a moment and maybe make some circles with the bodies, maybe find some cat and cows. If this is bothersome to our knees or our wrists, we can always come to stand, and we'll just do the arms instead of hands, the arm and leg. Otherwise, we'll come back, and now that left foot stretches back, pressing into the toe. Belly draws up and in. We're lifting the heart. And our right arm reaches forward. So opposite hand and foot. We can stay here with the foot grounded, or maybe we lift that leg into the air. Belly draws in, and again, we exhale, draw everything to ourselves, pulling everything in. Inhale, expanding outward, reaching outwards. Exhale, drawing it to connect at our core, at our center. Inhale, reach. Feeling the balance that is required between these two dualities, these two extremities. Reaching outward, pulling inward. Where is the middle ground? Curl it in. Extend one last time, and then we release again to all fours. Take a wiggle, make some circles, move around. Maybe find a child's pose. And then we'll make our way to stand at the top of the mat. So we come into mountain pose. In mountain pose, feet are hip distance apart. Toes in line with our heels. Press through the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, the heel. And imagine arches between those 3 points that are drawing up into the body. Pressing down and drawing up. Here we go again, that duality of extension, of connection outward, and lift and drawing inward. Belly's in, shoulders are down, hands are just by our side. Eyes can close, gaze can be soft. This is just another moment to breathe, noticing how the breath moves differently here. Just a few more breaths. And now we move into our sun salutation. Slow and steady, we move together. Inhale, arms reach overhead, gaze can follow the thumbs, lift the heart, open the heart. Exhale, arms come wide as we fold forward. Plant the palms, take the right foot and step it back. Maybe we take a blanket underneath the knees. Maybe we take blocks on either side of the foot. You decide. Sink the hips, lift the heart. And then when we're ready, we'll inhale our arms overhead. Exhale, sink the hips, lift the heart. Maybe the fingertips connect and we start to draw the thumb towards the wall behind us. Shoulders drop away from the ears. And then as we exhale, we take a twist to the left. So our arms come out to shoulder height, reaching in opposite directions, like we're going to reach other people to hold their hands. Reaching out, connecting outwards. Inhale back up to center. Fingertips touch, gaze can lift again. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee. Steady yourself on your feet. Find a solid foundation as we rise up to our high lunge. So if this doesn't feel good, that back knee can always stay down. Inhale, our arms overhead again. Bend the back knee, lift the heart, anchor through the tailbone, and then press through the back heel. Beautiful. Right hand, which is the same side as the leg that's back, comes to the hip and then slides down the back leg. As we lift the heart, make sure the shoulders stay even here. Take the breath into that heart space. Strong legs. We need a solid foundation as we do this. Beautiful. Inhale the arms overhead. And we open to the side. We're actually going to move into goddess. So my feet turn towards the long edge of my mat, heels in, toes out, and my knees bend. Arms come open, palms face up. Good. Inhale, reach to the sky, thumbs connect, gaze lifts. Exhale, open back into goddess. Good. This time we come back up, arms, legs straighten, arms reach, palms come together as we come to goddess, just like we did at the beginning in seated. Inhale, sweep out and up, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more, just like that. Last one. We'll remain in goddess with hands to the heart, shoulders out of the ears. Yes. Arms open to the side, and our right arm, which is the arm towards the back of the mat, comes to the thigh. Other arm reaches overhead, and that left leg straightens. Sink the hips, roll the heart open. So I'm reaching towards the back end of my mat. Inhale back up to goddess. Windmill the arms all the way around to frame that left foot and step to downward facing dog. So now I'm facing the front of my mat again. I know it's all weird when we go sideways, isn't it? Take a breath or 3 in downward dog. Maybe we move around. Good. Inhale, roll forward to our plank. Exhale, knees first and then the rest of our body all the way down. Hands stay underneath our shoulders as our elbows tuck in. Inhale, head and shoulders to cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Press up and over to child's pose. Knees can come nice and wide. Hips come back towards the heels. Forehead towards the earth. And if this doesn't feel good to you, just find a seated position for a moment to catch your breath. When we're ready, we'll tuck our toes and lift our hips back up to downward facing dog. Lovely. As we exhale, our right foot comes forward between the hands. Help it as much as you need to. The back knee comes to the mat. Hands can come to blocks on either side of the foot. And our hips sink. So that blanket can come back under the knee. Good. Once we're stable, we'll inhale our arms overhead. Let the hips come forward. Let the shoulders drop out of the ears. And as we exhale, we'll twist to the right. Arms come open to shoulder height, like we're reaching to either side of us, holding on to everyone else's hands. Yes. Inhale, back up, arms reach, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Steady yourself on your feet, and then we rise up to our high lunge. Remembering we can always stay with that back knee on the mat. Lift the heart, fingertips touch as an option, shoulders drop out of the ears. Bend the back knee, lengthen the tailbone, and then press the back leg long. Lift the heart, breathe into that heart space. Beautiful. As we exhale, that left hand releases down the back leg. Same side, shoulders come even, and we keep breathing. Super strong back leg as we're here. Inhale, arms reach overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to the mat, and we turn ourselves open to goddess. So I'm going to flip myself so you can still see me. Heels come in, toes open, knees bent, and we rise open. Arms come out to the side at shoulder height. Take a moment, settle in. And again, inhale, straighten the legs, arms reach overhead. The first time we come back to goddess. Good. Inhale, reach overhead. This time, hands come to the heart, back into goddess. Again, sweeping open. Exhale to the heart. One more, gaze can follow those thumbs. Pause in goddess, shoulders out of the ears. Breathing here. Yes. Arms open one more time, and then we take our hands to frame that front foot, stepping to a forward fold at the top of our mat. Take a moment, shake out the head and neck. Maybe we grab opposite elbows. Let that lower back start to lengthen. And then bend the knees, and we slowly roll up to stand, returning to mountain pose. Head and shoulders stack at the last. So that's our sun salutation. We're going to walk through it together one more time. Don't worry if you start to feel those little rumblings of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's all right. It's all going to be fine. There are no wrong answers here. The point of this is to walk that edge of uncomfortableness and step past it and just play. Find the freedom of just being yourself, of listening to your body and moving with your breath. All right, let's do it together one more time. Inhale, arms reach overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold deep. The left foot steps back first. The knee comes to the mat. Inhale, our arms overhead. Pat up that knee if we'd like. Exhale, sink the hips. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. So when we're low to the ground is when we take that twist. We'll exhale and twist to the right. Shoulders stay out of the ears. Really reach with the fingertips. Scissor the inner thighs together. Yes. Inhale, back up. Arms reach, heart lifts. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Establish that solid foundation as we rise up to high lunge. Shoulders out of the ears. Bend the back knee, anchor through the tailbone, and then lengthen through that back thigh. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Breathe right here. If you can't breathe, you've gone too far. As we exhale, we open to goddess. I'm going to turn myself around. Yes. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms. First time comes right back to goddess. And now we get to flow. Hands to the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale to goddess. Nice and steady, nice and slow. Bringing in all of that goodness, the infinite possibilities that love gives us. Love for ourselves, love for others. Hands come to our heart, pause and goddess. Arms open to the side, and we take that side bend towards the back of the mat. So that left forearm comes to that left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead, hips are heavy. Open the heart, breathe. Yeah. Inhale back up to goddess. Exhale, frame that front foot, step to downward dog. Move around in your downward dog. And then roll forward to our plank. Exhale, knees first are one line to the earth. Inhale to that back bend, head and shoulders roll away into cobra. Exhale, release back down. Press over to child's pose again. Knees spread nice and wide. Forehead towards the earth. Find your breath. Check in with your body here. When we're ready, we'll tuck our toes and lift our hips, downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward between our hands. Back knee comes to the earth. And we inhale overhead. Hips sink, pat up that back knee. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Take a breath. And as we exhale, we twist to the left. Fingertips reach away. Zip everything to midline. Squeeze it out. Inhale, arms back up. Gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Find stability. And then we rise all the way up to our high lunge. Shoulders out of the ears, bend the back knee, lengthen the tailbone, and then press through that back thigh. Yes. Right hand releases down that back leg as the heart lifts. Shoulders stay even. Strong back leg. Yes. Inhale, arms reach. And we open to goddess. You got it. Arms open, settling in. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms reach, thumbs can connect. Exhale, open arms first. Inhale, reach. Hands come together to the heart. Sweep and lift. Hands to the heart. Two more just like this. Pause in goddess when you get there. Arms open. Lift that heart one more time. And then we frame that front foot and step to a forward fold. Let the head release towards the earth. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Move around. Let that lower back lengthen. Good. And then release the hands and slowly roll up to stand. Feeling the shoulders roll back and the head stack. Whew, take a breath right here. Feel the body. Yeah. Okay, are we ready? Let's do it. There is no wrong answer. Let me say it again. There is no wrong answer. No wrong answer. This is your time to play. This is your time to listen to your body, to feel into what movements feel good. I gave you a framework. I'll keep doing it on my mat. We'll run through one full cycle, which will take some time, a little bit of time. There's no rush. If you're done ahead of time, fantastic. You can breathe, you can find another movement to do. You can just meditate. You can have a hand to the heart and the belly. There's no wrong answer here. So let's play. I'll start us off, and then you get to decide what comes next. Choose your own adventure. Okay, full moon style. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Continue in your own time. If you need to check in, I'm here. You can always look. But I encourage you to just feel with your body. What does it need to do? How can you love this practice? Move with the breath. Nobody's watching. This is all you. Imagine that it's a dance. How would you dance on your mat? There's no wrong answer here. I'm playing. Don't worry. Let this become your personal practice. So I'm about halfway through. It doesn't mean you have to be, but that's going to be about the time we have to eventually return to the top of the mat together. There's no rush. I'm just giving that to you as an indication of timing for which you can play. Keep asking yourself the question, how can I make this even more the practice that I love? What else would I love to do right now? What else would my body love to move into? Maybe it's Shavasana. That's always a great answer. Maybe it's child's pose. That's always a great answer. Feel into it. There's no wrong answers right now. Let it be your dance on your mat. Finishing up eventually, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. And slowly, gradually making our way towards the front of the mat. Finishing up your part of the practice, making sure you feel even. Both sides are balanced. And eventually, we'll meet standing in mountain pose. I have yoga hair now. Eyes remain closed. Feel the soles of the feet. Feel the breath moving. Feel the practice in your body. Maybe we take that right hand back to the heart, left hand on the belly. Maybe we switch it. So now we're receiving that love from our heart, that acceptance, that connection, that spaciousness, that infinite possibility from love. And we're activating that intuition to start to lead us down that path. Lovely. Let's release our hands and we'll all meet standing at the top of our mat. So we are going to move into breath of joy. Love this pranayama, this breath practice. There's 4 parts to it. It's a 3-part inhale. So the inhale is segmented into 3 sections. And then 1 full exhale through the mouth. So the breath is like this again. So I'm not exhaling between those inhales. I'm inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause until I'm full of air. And then I let it all out at once. Now there's arm movements and body movements that go with this. It's kind of like a conductor, a musical conductor. Think about it as we're conducting our own joy. As we inhale, our arms reach forward. Exhale, our arms reach open. Inhale, our arms come forward again, overhead. And as we exhale, whoosh, we sweep it out. Our knees bend and we fold forward as we sweep everything behind us. Okay, so this is I'll do it once real slow so you can kind of see how it works. Okay, so let's do it together. I think we're going to do it 5 times. I always get into it. I never know for sure. I always get into it and then I'm like, oh, let's do it one more time. So I'm going to start with 5. We'll see where it takes us. Okay, feet firmly planted, knees are unlocked. We'll take a full breath cycle before we begin. Let's inhale. Exhale. We begin on the inhale. 2 more. Inhale, roll to stand. Take a moment. Let everything settle back in. Keep breathing. Feel that buzz of joy, that oxygenation. There's that fire to get us moving, to get us motivated to step forward into that spaciousness of love, of connection. And then as we're ready, we'll make our way back to the ground to all 4s, hands and knees. Once we get there, we'll move back into our spinal balance, just like we did at the beginning. I want us to notice how different it is. So our right foot steps back, toes to the mat. Take a moment right here. Our left hand reaches forward, so our opposite hand and foot. Option to keep the foot there or lift it. Inhale, reach and expand outward. Exhale, draw it in, hug it in. Inhale, reach and expand. Exhale, pull it in. One more. Reach, 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 reach. Curl it in. We finish with that expansion with reaching outward and then release to all fours. Take a moment, move around, cat and cow, whatever feels good to your body. And then we come back to all fours. Let's take that left foot back, toes to the mat, press into the heel. Good, opposite arm reaches forward, so our right hand reaches into the air. Remembering we can stay right here with our foot or lift it into the air. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach, 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 reach outward. Exhale, bring it back to our center. One more, reach and pull it in. We finish with that expansion. And then we release to all fours. Knees come nice and wide. Hips come back to the heels. Take a child's pose. And if we would like, we can walk the elbows a little bit forward. Palms come together and we bend the elbows so the thumbs come towards the back of the head or the neck. Option, not necessity. This is tight if you have tight shoulders. This is not fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. Find the breath. Take a moment. Gently rise up and make our way to an easy seated pose. Maybe we tuck a blanket under our hips. Sitting nice and tall. We can be in a chair as well. I want us to take a moment, close our eyes, and this time we will place our left hand on our chest, right hand on our belly. Receiving that heart energy, that truth, that north compass, that love and acceptance, and activating our intuition, that knowing in our bones. Breathing into that spaciousness, that awareness. I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. Gently release the hands. Eyes can remain closed or they can close. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, draw the palms together to the heart. Two more just like that. Gaze can follow the thumbs even with our eyes closed. Bringing everything back to the heart. One last time, inhaling to reach tall. Exhaling to the heart. Take a breath right here, inhaling. exhaling. Option to remain seated or take, Shavasana. So maybe you feel better seated and you want to continue seated meditation, or maybe we lay down on our backs, settling in, getting comfortable, grabbing any props that we need, blankets on our body, bolsters or pillows under our knees. Take up a lot of space here. Take your feet nice and wide. Take your arms nice and wide. Close the eyes. Check in with the back of the neck. Make sure it's nice and long. Check in with the lower back. Make sure it feels supported. And just release for a little bit of time. And if you're seated, do the same thing. Check in with the back. Make sure you feel supported. Check in with your body. Make sure you are comfortable. And then just gently close the eyes and settle in. Release it all. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring awareness back to your body. Notice the beating of your heart. Breathe into that heart space and feel that sense of love, of joy, of connectedness. And then as you are ready, start to put movement in nice and slow, taking your time. Remembering our mantra of I release anything in my way so I can open my heart to the infinite possibilities that love brings my way. And as we're ready, we'll gently roll to our side and take a moment there, maybe curling up into a ball, hugging the knees to the chest. When we're ready, we'll slowly make our way up to seated. Eyes can remain closed, focus inwards. Once we're seated, we'll sweep our arms out and up, reaching to the sky. Exhale, drawing all of that goodness to our heart center. Gently bow our head into ourselves, into our heart space. We'll take a breath in and out. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within guide your way on. Namaste. Happy full moon, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again very, very soon.